Hello everyone, welcome to today's episode of First Blush. I know it's been very long time meeting you all and interacting and even posting a video. I was caught up with a lot many other things and it took time for me to create video and post them and all of that. So in today's video we are going to be talking about something very interesting and something that has to be spoken about in this particular time, and let's get into the video. So in this episode we are going to be talking about deliberate living. Deliberate living is something called as conscious, or something that you do it intentionally. Anything that you do it with an intention and with a purpose attached to it. So what are the pros and cons of deliberately living each and every moment is what we're going to be seeing in this video. So let's get started. So before we even get into the actual video of deliberate living, let me just explain what is deliberate living. So deliberate living, as I already told you, consciously living each and every moment. I'll give you an example. Suppose you want to convey something very important to another person and you know what you're expecting in return from that person. And only with that intention you're going to convey that to that particular person. So when you already know what you want in return, your choice of words or anything that you say is going to reflect on what you want in return. So this is called as deliberate talking. So when it comes to talking, it's the same thing applies to your living as well. Anything and everything that you do has a purpose attached to it, as I already told you. We all understand the concept where what we eat matters to our living, right? So why don't we use or strategize in a way that both of these complement each other, and however we eat with a purpose attached to it, whether it's healthy, unhealthy, the same thing can be applied to your life as well, so to your living as well. For an example, so all of us have dreams, all of us want to achieve something in life, all of us have goals, we have our own strategies, plans and whatnot. All that we do is we do certain things consciously and certain things we don't do it, we just go by a subconscious way. But all that I'm saying is, when you have a purpose attached to it, you know what's going to happen, you know what you want in return. But when you have already figured out what you want in return, then why don't we do it consciously? So when you're doing it consciously, what happens is you're giving your 100% of your work or 100% of your time to that particular thing what you want to achieve, and you're getting it done. I don't think many of you will deny with this fact that it's very tough, at least for us in this generation, to be present in the moment. Take a small lecture itself. Even if you're in a lecture for, like, say, half an hour, in that you're actually present in the class or listening to the lecture for just 15 minutes, hardly 15 minutes, it's just half of the time. So the other half of the time you are just wandering here and there and okay, what's going to happen next and lot many other things, you're just totally distracted. So this particular deliberate living will help you be present in the moment, because being present in the moment is at most necessary for you to achieve something. So now let me help you with some of the methods that you can follow and actually adapt in your life and deliberately live. Anything that you say, anything that you eat, anything that you do, and anything that you want to apply to your life, do it deliberately. Trust me, it's going to take you a step ahead and you're going to do something you have never done or you have never been before. It's a total progress, guys. Basically, the first thing that you have to adapt to deliberately start living or consciously start living is to be present in the moment. I know it's a little tricky and tough for us, but just to avoid the distraction and to be present in the moment and give your total 100% in what you're doing is very, very necessary. Very tricky. And the next thing that I'm going to tell you is, I don't know if you have even thought of consciously living. Even I got introduced to this subject like very recently and it's been helping me out. So the next thing that I'm going to tell you is, if you have listened to all this what I was telling you further, you will be able to figure out what your intentions are at the very beginning of deliberate living. Sometimes what happens is we just go with the flow and we are okay with whatever happens and whatever the result is going to be. But when you start deliberately living, you have set your plan, strategy and everything, and also you have set your end result, what you want and what you're expecting in return. So this is one of the biggest pro. So whenever you're consciously living, don't take things too seriously. chill pill. That's totally fine. Create more space around you. Give time for yourself, right? And also, when you're sitting in a space and working or anything for that matter, keep your space and surrounding a little neat and not so messed up, because whatever work you're going to do in a particular environment or space, that's going to reflect your work. Suppose you have a very messy space, then your work is going to be as messy as your space. So, and it's vice versa. So keep it very neat and however you want it and however you feel comfortable, so you can work much effectively. One more important thing is, I know deliberately living is not that easy, and it's not, you're not going to get that in a day's time, definitely no. So you have to keep practicing it slowly. Take it one task by other. It's okay. You need not do everything at a time, like, okay, I'm going to do this consciously, I'm going to do that consciously. No, you don't have to do that. Take one step at a time and start doing things consciously, and you will definitely see some results. Yes, you will definitely see some results. And what I'm trying to say you here is, when you're doing things consciously, to keep your conscious mind intact, I think it's very necessary to have some meditation for the day. Coming to meditation, meditation is a very wider concept, because while you meditate, what generally happens is you breathe in and breathe out, and your total focus is on that. So this way it improves your focus, and when you're doing it consciously, it actually leads to your deliberate living. So living consciously can help you so many ways, and it's a very interesting and in-depth concept. And I know that it's not so easy. You will not get it in a day's time, as I told you. So keep practicing it in whichever way is possible. And in case you feel this is helping you out, and if you're finding some results, please drop in the comment section, and see you on the next episode of First Blush. And I know it's very important that you value the thing of designing your own life, be it your mistakes, be it your happiness, sadness, your achievements. Everything is totally yours and you own it.